I've picked up the camera to film literally anything, and so I thought a nice monthly reset video would be a good place to come in and talk about everything that's changed since my last video in September, and talk about my goals for May and also the rest of the year, and get back hopefully into vlogging regularly, because I've been wanting to for months now. I just haven't had anything that I was like, oh, I can vlog this. So hopefully with spring and summer coming, hopefully I can start picking this up again, and I think that would be beautiful. So starting off with a little backstory, soon after my last vlog, I started working in office 9 to 5, which just made vlogging really hard because I would just get up, go to work, come home, eat dinner, go to bed. And then the winter came and I was not about to go out and do anything in the winter in Chicago. I was fully hibernating, and that was my plan, and that's what I did. And so that's not really, nobody wants to see that. So that's kind of why everything stopped. I just stopped doing things. And working 40 hours a week in the middle of the week meant that like filming was weird, and I would only film on weekends, but I do the same thing every weekend. I just, you know, reset the apartment, and so I kind of lost my groove for a little bit. But now I think I'm ready to come back. I think I have some ideas, some reading vlogs, some day in the life, week in the life, days in the life around my work schedule. So I think there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to come back. That's the main reason that I stopped vlogging so often, but I'm here to pick back up. So since this is my first video of the year, I am gonna go over my goals for 2026 that I set in December of 2025. So some of these have been completed because it's the end of April, but I'm gonna go through my goals for 2026, and then I will go through like how I'm doing on all of those, and then I will also go through any specific goals I have for the month of May that I like didn't see coming when I set my yearly goals. So my first goal was to finish my data analyst certification. I started that in December of last year, and I finished it I think in February of this year. It's the Google data analytics certification that I got through Coursera, so shout out. I want to read 75 books. I am so far behind on that goal. I want to get my passport, started that process. I want to visit New York. I want to start vlogging again regularly. Here we are. I wanted to open a brokerage account. I have a Roth IRA. I wanted to open a brokerage account. Haven't done that yet. Haven't even started thinking about it. Probably won't. I want to work out regularly, and I wanted to start an Etsy shop. So a lot of these have had some serious progress made. So let's go through them. So I did finish my data analytics certification in February. I did this week on like I think Tuesday, I sent out my passport application and my birth certificate and my picture and everything to get my passport. So I'll have that in 8 weeks. I am currently vlogging, so start vlogging again regularly. Here we are. And then work out regularly. For the most of the year, no. Starting this month, yes. I did sign up for a 5K. It's the Lincoln Park Run for the Zoo 5K on May 31st. And so I have been training. I was originally doing Couch to 5K, but you have to pay for it. So instead, I'm doing Just Run, which is just a like training app where you do a workout every day, or not every day, it's 3 workouts a week, and it gets progressively harder as it goes on. So I've been doing that. You can't really tell because it's so progressive, but I do know that the workouts that I'm currently doing now in week 4 I could not have done in week 1. So I do know that I'm building my endurance and I'm like building on my conditioning, but I'm not really having fun. I don't really like running. I just like the idea of running a 5K, but whenever I have to actually run the 5K, I'm not having fun. But this is also the most that I've ever trained for a 5K. So I'm holding on hope to that maybe this one will be fun. We'll see how it goes. May 31st, so I have like 5 weeks to go, and the longest I've ran consecutively is 5 minutes. So we will see. My goal for my 5K is to run like an 11-12-ish minute mile is my goal. I'm not a fast runner. I've never been a fast runner. When I ran cross country in high school, I had decent endurance considering the fact that I never really applied myself to it. So I think 11 minutes is a good goal to have. And so that's where I'm at with that. So I have been working out consistently because I don't want to get to this 5K and do what I've done in my past races and show up completely unprepared, haven't done any training, haven't run in months, and then just like feel like I'm dying the entire race. So start an Etsy shop. I did. They are needlepoint charts, so they're not finished, they're not painted. It's the like PDF digital download of the chart, because I started needlepointing earlier this year and loved it. But needlepoint canvases are so expensive because they're all hand painted. And so I was like, oh, I can just paint my own and I can like make my own charts like one step further. And so the charts that I've made, I was like, oh, let me just post them online and see if I can like get a little something back, you know? So it's called Haley Darling Studio, and it has like 5 listings right now of just charts that I've made for myself for personal reasons that I'm like, oh, maybe somebody will like this. And I think I've sold like 3 so far. So business owner, entrepreneur. Moving on to my goal, my May specific goals. I want to read 5 books this month. I have not been reading lately. I've read every single day this year, but it's been like a page or maybe a chapter on a lot of days. It hasn't been like where I would like to be, where I'm like reading 5 books a month. So my goal is to read 5 books a month this month. I want to run 3 times a week, which should be happening because my 5K is on May 31st. So I just have to finish the month of May and then we'll reevaluate what we're going to do next. I do want to go on a trip for Memorial Day weekend. I want to use my Hilton Honors points so that the hotel is like free, but I don't know the area outside of the city, and I want to get out of the city and like go somewhere else in Wisconsin or Michigan, either way. But I don't know like what's like a good place or like what's like a bad place or like what's gonna be fun. I don't want to do anything specifically. I just kind of want to get out of the city and like relax and maybe be on the lake or something like that. So that's my goal for Memorial Day weekend. We'll see. I think I'm pretty sure that we're gonna go somewhere. I just don't know where, and I don't know what it's gonna be, but we'll see. Then I want to vlog regularly. I have not set a goal of videos. Right now I think I have 4 planned for this month, but we will see what happens. Cross my fingers on that this continues, that this momentum continues. And then I want to post at least 3 more listings on my Etsy shop. I have some ideas cooking. I have one that I finished the chart for. I just want to paint it myself to make sure that it's a good chart, and I'll post that. And then I have 2 more ideas like cooking that I'm like gonna get to soon. So I just want to get those done and painted for myself and then listed, because I like to make sure that I paint it myself, if not paint and stitch it myself, just to make sure that like if there's something weird in it, I can fix it before I list it online. So those are my goals for the month of May. Flashing back to April, like I said, these past couple of months have been very calm, very chill. Have not been doing much, have not been going out of my way to do literally anything. It just started to warm up here in April, so I've just started leaving my house regularly in April. But in the month of April, I finished 2 books. The first one is Catch Her If You Can by Tessa Bailey, which I think I gave 3 stars. It is the newest book in the... I gave it 3.5 stars. It is the newest book in the Big Shot series by Tessa Bailey, and it is my least favorite. I just didn't care about the couple. Like, I wasn't like rooting against them, but I also wasn't actively rooting for them. There was actually another couple in the book that I wanted more of, and I was like, I want to see this. I don't really care about the main couple. Like, just nothing that they did was like compelling to me. Their like issues that they had to work through on their own fell flat, in my opinion. It just is not my favorite Tessa Bailey book, and it's definitely not my favorite book in that series. It was cute, it was fun. Moving on. The second book I am currently reading for probably the 5th time, Problematic Summer Romance by Allie Hazelwood. I'm like over halfway through. I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish it this week. 5 stars. Love. Love, love, love. 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 I love it. I've read it so many times since it came out, like I think last year. I love Maya and Connor. They are the reason I started rereading it is because they have a sort of similar situation as the characters from Catch Her If You Can, where it's like they both like each other. It's like a mutual pining moment, and they both like know about it, and there's like some big reason why they can't be together. But to me, Problematic Summer Romance just hits better than Catch Her If You Can did. And I wasn't even comparing them going into the book. I just noticed the parallels as I was being disappointed throughout the book. So I am rereading Problematic Summer Romance. I am having so much fun. I love it so much, and I will finish it. Today is April 25th, so I have plenty of time. I'm probably going to finish it like today or tomorrow. And then the third book, kind of an honorable mention, is my book club book for, I think, March. Daggermouth. I don't know who wrote it. Let's see. Daggermouth by H.M. Wolf. I started reading it. I'm like 18% of the way through, and then I hit a really bad... I started reading this in March. I got about 18% of the way through, and I hit a really bad reading slump until I picked up Catch Her If You Can midway through April. So it's just been on hold. I'm hoping to finish it soon. It's not a DNF. I haven't like put it down. I just hit a reading slump and was like, I don't really want to read anything right now. And then I thought maybe like a silly goofy romance would get me out of it, and then I was disappointed. So now I'm hoping this silly goofy romance will get me out of it, because it has before. So Catch Her If You Can for sure, Problematic Summer Romance almost for sure, Daggermouth hopefully. And then movies, I don't think I watched any movies this month. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think so. I don't think I did. TV shows, Chase and I have been watching The Pitt. Obviously the most accurate medical show ever made. Won 1 bajillion Emmys. It's going to win 1 bajillion more. Very good. Stresses me out. Not the medical part of it, it's the personal, like, characters' stories of what they're going through in the season. Stresses me out. Dr. Robbie, lose this number. Like, he stresses me out so much. In season 1, I was kind of like, okay, your job is really stressful. This seems to be a really bad day. But season 2, I'm ready to fight him physically, like with my fists. So we haven't finished it yet. This last episode has been out for a while now and we have not watched it. But we did watch all of the other episodes, and it spiked my blood pressure, I think. So we've been watching The Pitt, and then a fun little thing that we've been doing is there's the Scrubs reboot, and so we watched The Pitt, and then after The Pitt we watched Scrubs, the new, like the reboot, not even the old Scrubs, like the reboot, and it's very silly goofy. I haven't watched the original Scrubs in probably a decade, maybe longer, but I'm enjoying the reboot. It seems silly goofy to me. I mean, like, that's what Scrubs is, kind of, at the end of the day. So it's doing what I want it to do. I have no complaints. So, music and podcast. I don't think I've listened to any podcasts this month. I don't know when it came out, but the Call Her Daddy podcast with Jesse, I listened to that. Let's see. Is that April? No, it's March. Okay. So, music and podcasts. I haven't really listened to any podcasts this month. I have mostly just been listening to music, and then watching YouTube videos has kind of been my media of choice lately. For music, I've been specifically working on a running playlist because I just don't have one, because I have not run in years. So I've been working on that. It's a mix of songs that are about 180 BPM so that I can like run to the beat, and then songs that just like make me want to run, like very like not even very dramatic, just like, I don't know how to explain it, just like they make me want to run, and so I do. And then the third ones are songs that I can kind of like dissociate while listening to easier, so I don't pay attention to the fact that I'm running. And so I've been compiling those very specific songs into a playlist, so that when it is time to run a 5K, I at least have a playlist for it. Also, Harry Styles' new album, a lot of his songs have made it onto this playlist. And then I just went through like a little Billy Joel kick a couple weeks ago. A lot of Vienna, a lot of She's Always a Woman to Me. I don't know why, I just got the mood to listen to Billy Joel as I was listening to him in the car a lot. So that's where I am with music and podcasts. Other things that I've really been enjoying this month in April have been Disney Dreamlight Valley. I picked it up and started playing it kind of on a whim. I've been waking up really early, like 7:30ish on the weekends. And so I just started playing Disney Dreamlight Valley in the mornings when Chase was still asleep, because I can just play it on mute and it's quiet, entertaining, easy, not a lot of thought. So I've been playing that a lot. And then for some reason, I've been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley for years, probably like 4 or 5 years now. I was not one of the founders, but I was like right after that. The game was still very much in beta when I downloaded it and started playing it. So I've been playing it for years, and then over the holidays I restarted my valley, and so I've been playing that new valley through. And then somehow over the past 5 years I have not ended up on Disney Dreamlight Valley, TikTok, YouTube, streaming, any of it. So I just have been playing on my own, and then I'll see like people like make jokes about like star paths or whatever. And for a while when I was still on Facebook, I was in a Facebook group for it. But recently, within the past couple of weeks, I got on major Disney Dreamlight Valley social media of all kinds, and I very quickly realized that I was not playing this game correctly. So I have been changing my gameplay. Before, I was playing it fine. Like, I had a storage, I was going through the quests, I was like leveling up my characters, kind of learning as I go. But now I have a storage island, now I have a gardening island, now I have like a plan of attack for everything. I've been very intentionally collecting companions. With the new like museum or whatever that Olaf has in the newest update, I've been purposefully collecting the rare companions so that I can finish the museum. So I have been playing that a lot lately, and I've been putting a lot of like thought into it, like building out my gardening island and like building out my storage and like making sure I have everything. And so, and I also do have the first DLC. I have Eternity Isle, and I really want Storybook Vale, but I think I'm gonna wait a little bit before I buy that one. And then also, I've been working on my needlepoint shop. It went live in like the end of March, and so I haven't done a lot this month. All of my sales were this month because it went live like March 25th or something like that. I think it's been 1 month. So I've just been looking at that, trying to see like what's doing well, what's not doing well. Everything seems to be doing fine. Nothing's like tanking, so very exciting. Yeah, that is my very specific recap. Now I think I'm probably gonna go back to playing Storybook Vale. I'm working on the sheets for the bed, and I do need to fold my laundry, but I don't want to. And then I also need to edit this. This is gonna go up next Saturday in a week. So I've got some stuff to do, but it'll be fun. We'll have fun with it.